You're back with another one. This time we got 7 anime where main character is overpowered but pretends to be weak by Anime Sensei. Shall like the video, subscribe, comment, do all them. Let's get into it.
To the channel. And in today's video, I will show you 7 anime where the main character is overpowered but pretends to be weak. Yes, anime where the
Ain't no
protagonist
mobs gonna be
acts
on
weak
this.
but actually is really strong. So,
And
if you
Saitama
enjoyed the
might be
video,
on this too, unless
please
he's
leave a
doing all
like and
the
subscribe to the channel. It
underrated
helps
kind
a
of
lot.
anime.
Anyway, let's start the list. Shelled Regios. Starting with
I can
number
just
7,
tell that was gonna
we
be
have
mad loud.
Shelled Regios. In a post-apocalyptic world, humans were forced to live in mobile cities. In this universe, there are monsters that live threatening humanity. The main stage of this anime is the city of the Academy of Zuelni, where the protagonist resumes his journey. He is an extremely skilled young man and is said to be from a group of elite warriors. The Academy has several groups of students who are trained to fight. The protagonist joined, but only as a result of manipulation by the student council president, the 17th group. From that point on, he meets and interacts with new characters, and the adventure, full of action and fantasy, begins. Although this anime is a bit old, it's very good, and you should watch it.
Alright. It does look old. It has that old like animation charm.
Next on the list, we have Blood Lad. The
Where
main
that was their
character is a
like
vampire who suffers from an affliction common to those with
A1
wealth
kind
and
of
power,
stuff.
at least in anime: apathy and boredom. While he is at the top of the food chain and has carved out his own territory, he longs for something he can't easily obtain, namely, all things game and anime related from the human world. And when an average human girl named Fuyumi stumbles into the demon world and is killed, he decides to resurrect her and add her to his collection.
His
Over the
collection.
course of their adventure, they encountered tons of colorful characters, from vampires and werewolves to teleporters and shapeshifters. It's always fun to see who the pair will encounter next. All in all, while it's not one of the best anime, Blood Lad is certainly watchable, and more than a little enjoyable. If you're a longtime anime fan, you'll no doubt get a real kick out of all the inside jokes the series has to offer. And if you like fighting anime, but don't have time to watch hundreds of episodes, Blood Lad may be the perfect way for you to get your fix.
Alright. Alright, he's just cool. He's like, yep.
Moving on to number 5, we have Akashic Records of Bastard Magic Instructor. In this world, magic is a thing, but not everyone can use it. So, ordinary humans and mages live peacefully together. In order for those that can use magic to learn the proper way, there is of course a magic academy. The Alzano Imperial Magic Academy is known as one of the most notable magic schools in the world. In this academy, motivated young students go through training to become skilled and proficient magicians. A strict, dignified girl and her best friend enroll themselves in the academy. They're passionate to nurture their magical skills. However, their world is torn apart when their favorite teacher unexpectedly retires and the mysterious protagonist becomes a substitute. His laid-back and apathetic attitude towards magic and life instantly put him at odds with his students. What is more interesting is that wicked forces veiled within the walls of the Empire begin to become active, whereas they find themselves caught up in their schemes. This anime is definitely worth watching. The more you watch, the more you get engrossed, and the more you want to know about the characters and their past. So, let's keep our fingers crossed, and let's see what the second season of this anime has in store for their viewers and fans.
Alright. 12 episodes. I mean, that's cool. Like one day watch kind of thing. Cause I've definitely bust
Following
down
to number
a
4,
12
we
episode
have
anime before
Katanagatari. In the Edo era of Japan, a
in a day.
self-styled strategist is entrusted with the task of collecting the 12 most powerful swords ever, called deviant blades. However, the swords have a poison, and when she tries to order the best swordsman in Japan and a clan of ninjas to fetch the sword, that poison attacks, causing them to either keep the swords for honor or steal them for later and sell them to other countries. Needing to find someone who is not interested in one or the other, she travels to the island to which one of Japan's most powerful warriors was exiled. When she arrives, she discovers that this man has died, but left her son, the protagonist, and his sister along with him. Luckily, the protagonist was trained in martial arts exclusive to his family, where the user learns to use his body as a sword. So, this strategist girl takes him from the island to be her sword and retrieve the other swords. I highly recommend you watch this anime. Each episode of it lasts about 50 minutes, so even though it's only 12 episodes, it's like watching 24.
Oh hell no! I'm not hour-long episodes, bruh. That's not a day buzz down right there. That's
The
a
next anime on the list
that's a
is
couple. That's two
Saiki
days right there.
Usuo no Sainan. The
I'm
story
gonna get
follows the
tired of it.
protagonist, a teenage kid who was born with all kinds of psychic powers. Saiki's abilities even make Kageyama from Mob Psycho 100 look like an amateur. We get a glimpse of Saiki's talent and potential early on in the show when we see a 1-month-old baby Saiki taking his first steps in midair. In kindergarten, Saiki becomes famous for being unbeatable at rock, paper, scissors, defeating both children and adults since he always knew what his opponent would choose, even when they cheated. However, life with that kind of psychic power is not as glamorous as anyone would believe. Due to his abilities to read minds, for example, he cannot be surprised at a surprise party. It's also very easy for Saiki to get whatever he wants using his abilities, which makes it impossible for him to be excited about anything at all. His X-ray vision also makes it really hard for him to appreciate a girl's beauty or a cat's cuteness, since he sees both the outside and the inside at the same time. Saiki teaches us, in the most hilarious ways of course, how his psychic powers are more of a curse than a gift, and how he has lost something in exchange for each one of his abilities.
I mean,
Saiki remains one of the best comedies I've ever watched, always trying to vary the jokes and introduce fun new characters to the cast so as not to fall into the sameness. The animation is no big deal, but the timing of the steering is perfect. It also turns out to be a perfect example of how little romance, even if comically biased, can make it more fun.
He's reading at the slowest pace. So I was trying to see if it like speeding up a little bit, but like these clips, bro, they use the
In the
whole
second
show
spot,
because
we
he's
have
reading
Mob
the way
Psycho
he's reading.
100. The story follows a seemingly ordinary boy in high school. He has a girl he likes and wants to be popular in order to get her attention. But Mob, unlike other boys his age, has incredible
Yo, I
telekinetic
forgot
powers
about that
and
girl.
keeps bending his spoons at mealtime.
Did
Looking for a way to
did she
control
ever
all
come
his
back?
power, he goes to Raijin, a psychic who claims to do exorcisms. Mob is hired to work with Raijin and goes on to call him sensei, and so they get exorcism jobs where Mob practically works alone without realizing that his master is a scam.
It's a fraud, a
The anime's
phony,
initial storyline
but
is
a real
this.
one.
Mob works for Raijin, which lasts a few
In that
episodes.
second
But then
season,
other
he
characters
proves
emerge that
himself.
turn the plot around and change the style of the anime, which now has incredible battles with the character. Mob is a typical character from One, the same author of One Punch Man. Like Saitama,
Okay,
he
that
knows
makes
his
sense.
skills, but he doesn't care much about them and looks extremely common. The difference between Mob and Saitama is that the former, perhaps because he is still a teenager, is not able to control his powers very well. He's driven by emotion, and when he reaches 100%, he becomes extremely powerful and dangerous. Anyway, if you haven't watched it yet, you definitely should.
All right, that
And in the number one spot,
there's a lot
we
of
have
dead
Classroom of
air
the
in this
Elite. This anime takes place
this
in
video.
the
I
elite
thought he was gonna
Tokyo
keep talking.
Metropolitan Advanced Nurturing High School, a government-funded school and full private community where students are given 100,000 points each month to fund their lifestyle. The students spend their first month lazing about in class, purchasing baubles with their points and generally making the least of their time at this prestigious school, only to be told at the end of the episode that points are awarded based on performance only. If you don't do well in school, you can't buy anything and have no way to live your life. D class is the class where the worst
It's kinda
students are
trash.
placed, and here we have our main character. He's a
I'll be
student
the
known
worst
for getting
student.
50% on all of his exams. The
I'll be like
protagonist
him.
may seem like a loser, but actually he's
Just not
super
smart.
He just prefers to hide his skills. Of all the anime on the list, this one is what I most recommend that you watch.
And any attractiveness she just had is gone because that cigarette right there. Any
Well, this
attractiveness.
was
Please read this. Did you like? Did you like? If you're not subbed, yeah, yeah. Do all those. Do all those. See what them comments talking about. The comments. Oh, they just telling. Okay, they just telling all this stuff. You know, I thought Mob Psycho. I mean, not Mob Psycho. I thought One Punch would be on this list, but I guess since he put Mob Psycho on it, you know, because One Punch is literally he just don't use his powers. He kind of sits around like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little tired after that video. I need some energy. Uh, so yeah, guys, like, comment, subscribe. Watch the next uploaded video. It's gonna be some energy. There's gonna be energy in it. I promise you. Cause I'm gonna take a nap and then I'm gonna come back and upload. All right, I'm out. Peace.